Hey, good evening. Good evening, everyone. I am Renee Williams, and today is Sunday. Hope each and every last one of you had a blessed Sunday like I did. God is still in the blessing business. Let us take a moment of silence for the addict who still suffer in and outside of the walls, any walls, in or out. My God, my God, my God. Hey, hello, everyone. Hey, it is so good to be upon the living. And I hope each and every last one of y'all are safe. Bless you on celebrating your clean time. Bless you on your sobriety. It's a beautiful feeling. And for the ones that don't know or haven't experienced being on drugs or alcohol wouldn't understand. But I'm here to tell you that it's a God changing thing. He'll change everything about you. He'll start changing your mind. He'll start letting you see better. He'll start making you feel better. And to the 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous program, I thank you. I thank you for everything that you do for all of the peoples all over the world. You know, I am so blessed and honored and favored to have friends, to have clean friends. You know, somebody that's in my life that's working on the same thing I'm working on, is doing the same thing that I'm doing. You know, keeping head above water, staying clean, dealing whatever we got to deal with, and still making it. You know, you hear me when I say still making it. You know, I'm just grateful today. And we are on step 2. And I love this step because this step saved my life and put my life and put our lives in order. Because everybody that comes through the program and understand the 12 steps, you have to honor and respect the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous program. I hate this disease. It's a disease of an addiction that'll take us off our rocker and let us hit bottom, take us off our rocker, let us hit bottom, you know, until we choose to do something different. To all the group homes and to everyone that's helping everybody that gets their lives together for the ones who want it. Because everybody that come in don't want it yet. They ain't reached the point that we reached. They don't want it yet. So thank God for what you do, the counselors and the therapists, of what you do to help people get their lives together and give them information that they never had before and send them to some people that can help them. That's what recovery is about. It's a unity thing that we must all help one another because it's a losing battle with the drugs. You ain't gonna never win. You ain't gonna never get on top and stay up there. You know, you gotta do something different. And today I want to give a shout out to parents like me, or sisters and brothers, or mothers and fathers, or nieces and nephews that lost a loved one due to addiction. Addiction is very real. I don't take it lightly. Because I know it hit my house a couple times, multiple times, and family members, you know. So we must change the way we think. We must change the way we live. We must change to be the change, to help other individuals find their way. You know, I'm grateful. I know y'all grateful. I know you great. Some of y'all struggling though. Some of y'all still, you know, got some things going on that you got to figure it out. Some of y'all still trying to make life-changing things. But let me tell you something. If you stay with it, I guarantee you'll see the blessings. The God of our understanding ain't going to take us nowhere that we can't go and conquer what we need to conquer. You know, because recovery has taught me how to balance my life, how to take a little charge, give God the understanding, the biggest charge. See, God runs my life. And whenever I see or hear him speak, I have to obey him. You know, today has been a magnificent today. We was blessed with my service. I got fed. You know, I need to get fed, not just the medicine from the 12 steps, but the spiritual foundation, the spiritual medicine, you know, and I thank God for that. And today we are on step 2, come to believe that a power, you hear me? You hear me when I say a power greater than ourselves could restore us to some sanity. Yeah, we were lost. Don't get it twisted. We were lost. I've seen no one in the arms of addiction that didn't get lost, that didn't struggle, that didn't hit rock bottom over and over and over again. You know, and when I look back at our lives, everything that we thought that hurted us and everything that we thought could break us, we made it through. Hey, Tyra, good to see you, baby. Everything that we thought could break us, we made it through. We came to believe. What did we have to go through to come to believe? Or we had to go through some things. We had to see some things. We had to fall. We had to hit rock bottom. We had to keep bumping our heads. We had to keep asking for God for the wisdom. Talk to the God of my understanding and say, God, please don't give up on me. Help me. Help myself. It says we came. I wasn't always there. I wasn't always there where I was supposed to be because I was up under the influence of an addiction. I wasn't always there. And I had to find a way to get back where I belong. I had to find my way, y'all. I had to get back. And what I had to do is search me, oh God. Search me. Help me. Figure some things out. I don't want to die in this addiction. I don't want to lose in this addiction. I want to understand the disease of an addiction. So we came. When I surrendered in step 1 and know for a fact that I'm powerless over addiction, any addiction. Any addiction. And boy, did I have many. But that one addiction kept me messing up with the other addictions. I couldn't let go of the drug. I couldn't let go of the alcohol. I couldn't let go of the pills. I couldn't let go of the thought, the mental thought that I need one more. But let me tell you something. It says we. It don't say I. Because we all must go through this. And it says we came to believe. Well, we were searching. I was looking. I was going down drain. I had to figure some things out. I had to take an inventory. I had to do some soul searching. I couldn't understand why addiction could beat me so bad and make me think the way we think and had us going down the roads we was going. We didn't have a God of our understanding. Yeah, people say they know God and they believe in God, but if you ain't got a connection with him to help you along the way, you're going to lose your way. You're going to lose your way. And so many of us lost our way. You know why I know? Because when I go to the meetings through the week, I hear my story. I hear my friends. I hear people just like me. I hear people talking about what they had to go through, where they had to sleep, what they had to endure, how they almost died, how they lost their job, how they lost their kids, how they lost their husband. You know, the addiction didn't come into our life to fix us and mold us up. It came into our lives to destroy us. Did you hear me? To destroy us. I had to open up the floor and ask God, come in. I'm lost. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about this disease. I don't know nothing about why I can't stop using. I don't know why I keep keep hurting y'all over and over again, because we hadn't found our way yet. And that's what I like about just the first verse. It says, we came to believe that a power. What's the power? It's the God of my understanding. It's the power. People said, no, the power. You know, some people believe that that chair is their power. That car is their power. Hey, y'all can believe what y'all want to believe. I know, but the God of my understanding is the only power I know that's greater than ourselves. And some people, you know, when you in this world, I see it all the time. Some people think they just above everybody. Some people think they just can do what they want to and hurt other people's over and over and over again. You know. But see, it's the God of my understanding that kept me. I'm telling you, he keeping me. Even though what I'm going through, he keeping me. And he gonna fix it. And I'm gonna help him fix it. You know, we came because we wanted to. We wanted something. We needed him for something to help us open our eyes. Help fix the problem. Help us with this disease. And people say, why you just can't stop? Well, if something that makes you feel good and something that can let you fly away where you have no feelings and take away and it makes you feel good. Haven't you ever had something that made you feel good and you didn't want to stop? And haven't you had something that caused you pain and misery, but yet you still stayed there? Yes, you stayed stuck in it. Yes, you still kept him around. Yes, you kept her around. Yeah. Have you ever had something that made you feel good, but made pain in the inside? Come on, Renee. If you haven't, you ain't human. Because we all gonna walk that path of keeping something that makes us feel good until we decide that we're better. We need different. I don't want it no more. We came to believe, you know, and when I came, that mean I was drained. I was so drained, oh God, I was so drained. I would pray to God all the time and say, God, please, you know, I'm just drained. You know, I have no energy. All I want to do is, you know, I wanted to die. I told y'all all the time, and that was the truth. But God wanted me to live. So he had to help me find a foundation and a 12-step program that can help me understand the disease of an addiction, you know, because the addiction is a silent killer. Only difference is a person can see you out of character. But it's very silent because we know how to get high and drink without messing with nobody, by isolating, by staying to ourselves and trying to interact how we feeling inside, but don't know how to express it. See, I didn't want to ask for no feeling because I didn't want nobody to know that I was weak. I didn't want nobody to know I was weak. I didn't want nobody to know that I am vulnerable to the drugs of an addiction. I didn't want nobody to know that I cannot stop using, because I done promised myself over and over. We promised ourselves over and over and over again that we would stop using. Cunning, baffling, and very powerful. You know, and it says we came. So I was in a place in my life, or we was in a place in our life, that we didn't want to find the solution. We wanted to keep using, because we liked the way it made us feel. And I didn't understand that with addictions come behaviors. So we came to believe. We went through something to get to this part. Hey, Raphael, good to see you, baby. We went through something to get to this part. It says, and you know, this step here, it made me get into a position to where I really wanted to understand the 12 steps of an addiction. You know, you got 1 to 12. And everything about these steps have helped me in my life to understand me, to understand you all. We needed a guideline that could deal with the drinking and the popping pills. You know, when I was, my son, I knew my son was popping pills, and he saw what I went through, and I thought that he'd seeing me, that it would help him, but he was just like I was. You see me, but I can't stop. To where it took his life. When my baby went to sleep and never woke up. So when we came to believe, he never got a chance to come to believe like I did. He just was on self-will. Like I was. I was on self-will. I'm the one that had to go out with the peoples, and they don't know I'm fighting addiction. They don't know I'm popping pills. They don't know I'm drinking. They don't know I'm getting high. They don't know I'm a thief. They don't know I'm a prostitute. They don't know I get to the lowest point in my life to get the drug that I need and hide it. They didn't know that. I lost some good friends due to my addiction. Friends that was healthy. But I didn't want the healthy peoples. I wanted the peoples that was drinking and that was just like me. Says we come to believe. What brought us to that point to even want to even fathom to believe? Everything I touch crumbles. I couldn't figure nothing out. I kept lying to myself. I kept beating myself up every day because I did something stupid. So I had to find a way to get a connection to the higher power that has created me and has had me to be born for a purpose. And I lost that purpose. We lose our purpose. See, I had it all. When I tell you I had it all. I had the dope. I had the houses. I had the cars. I had the mentality of you can't tell me what to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. Dress nice. Wore plenty of jewelry. But I was lost. Hey, Auntie. Good to see you, Wanda. Hey. I was lost. I was lost up under this mask, and I was so sick of wearing this mask. So sick. Every day it's a different mask. Every day I had to take this mask off and put this mask on. I had to put a pretending mask on so my peoples or my friends wouldn't know that I'm a dope fiend, I'm a crackhead. I'm everything that you said I was, but I couldn't say it to myself. So I had to put on a mask for that. I had to put on a mask for depression. I had to put on a mask that I'm confused. I had to put on a mask of obsession over drugs and alcohol. I had to put on a mask that I'm hurting so you wouldn't see it. I didn't want to ask for help. I wanted to hang with the losers. I wanted to hang with the people that still using and still conniving and still lying, you know. But that ain't our purpose. And it's for us to find our purpose. Don't get caught up in the game. Because, see, I got caught up. Because I sold drugs for 20 years. And then I became the best buyer. How that happen, Renee? How did that happen? Pain got great enough. The pain got worse and worse. I hit bottom. My responsibilities came no more. I always looked for a way out of everything. I didn't pay no bills. Didn't pay my car note. Lost my job. Thank God I got it back. And I told y'all how I got it back. And that was no lie. Stealing $5,000. And when I got clean, I had to come to believe that a power would help me through that. See, I don't look at man no more. That's out. Because man will confuse me. Man is corrupted. Man is, he'll tell me all the good things I want to hear or need to hear. You know, so I had to find a power greater than myself that can assure me how to work a program that will find me or find us our purpose. What was our purpose? Our purpose it sure wasn't to do drugs. It sure wasn't a purpose of quitting. It sure wasn't a purpose to keep beating ourselves down and causing confusion and misunderstanding in our life. That ain't the purpose. That ain't what God created for us. The God of my understanding, the God I know, the God I'm dealing with right now, the God that I share my everything with, tells me I'm better than that. Tells you better than that. You worthy. You don't go down because somebody else go down. You don't drink. I did it. And the only reason why I can tell y'all that because I did it. You know, I might, you know, you look at me and you think I ain't been through nothing, but it's a story. I might not look what I was or what I used to be, but I was that. We came. And I had to get to the bottom. I had to hit it raw. I had to, acid. I mean, I was like Mikey. I tried everything to fit in. I tried everything for people to like me. You know, I gave up my work to satisfy and nurture somebody else. So when we came to believe, that means something is working. You know, I'm finding out that I like this step. I'm finding out that this step is secure for me. I'm finding out that this step has restored something in me that I haven't felt in a long, long time. It says we come to believe that a power greater than ourselves could do what? Restore us to sanity. That let us know we was out of our mind. That let us know we was doing things that we shouldn't have been doing. And we needed to find some sanity back into our life. And the only person that could help me and help you to get it was the God of our understanding. Thank God for the 12-step anonymous program. 3 decades. I done been around. I done seen a lot of peoples die. I've seen a lot of peoples go back to use it. And I was tired of trying to figure it out because I didn't have to figure it out no more once I understood that this was an addiction that would creep up on you. And that what started off as a little addiction now is a lot of addiction. And now you can't stop it. It's uncontrollable. I remember I used to watch my son. I said, why you take so many pills? You don't need all them pills. Oh, mama, I be in pain. A addict is an addict that always has an excuse for everything. I said, son, you saw what it did to me. You got to stop. Oh, mama, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I remember saying them words. I remember saying them same words. I'm good, mama. Mama, I'm good. I wasn't good, y'all. When I got on that floor, I told y'all the story. You can go back and look at what I said. I crawled on that floor for 45 minutes to steal some money out of my mama bra. Because she was taking too long, because mama was going to give her money anyway. She always did when she came up. But she took too long. I'm an addict. I need it right then, right now. So I crawled on the floor. She was asleep. And I took that money from my mama. Man. But yet I told my mama, I'm good. We ain't good. We good in hiding. We good in manipulating. We good in trying to let people know I'm not that bad off. I'm not that bad off. And I found that I had to get to a place in my life where I had to ask God. And I had to start talking to him. Now this time, when I'm looking at this step was different than the first step. Because it took me a long time to surrender. A long time to know that I can't win with drugs, alcohol, pills, any of it. I couldn't win. I kept doing stupid things. I kept pretending that I was Superwoman. I kept pretending that I can handle the drug, I can handle the alcohol, and see, one addiction led to another. I got some people say, well, hey, I got some people that say that, I stopped using drugs, but I stopped using drugs, but I drank. Or I stopped drinking, but I popped pills. I stopped popping pills, but I'm shooting up. One addiction eventually gonna take you to another one. Tell you what I know. Because I started off just smoking the funny stick. I tell my daughter, I'm so proud of her. She ain't smoked in going on 2 months. And she been smoking since she was 15 high and, 15, 16. And I'm so proud of her because it started off with just weed. And I actually thought that weed wasn't a drug. I actually thought that. Until I did some research. Until I came to believe that a power greater than myself could do some restoring in me. And I like that restoring, because then that means that I've been broken. Something was missing. Something got lost. Something I couldn't find. Something, I started really, this step started really getting to me. It really started, and I had to deal with my sponsor on this step. And she say, Renee, what took you to that point? She said, what took you to that point to where you needed to believe in a God? What took you to that point? I said, everything. Hurt, pain, denial, rejection, misunderstood, nurturing everybody but me. I did a lot of that. And that's why I tell the peoples now that I talk to, don't try to nurture the peoples. Don't get caught in that. Because you will nurture every. I watch somebody that I love go through that. She nurture everybody, there for everybody and everything, and treat her like she ain't nothing. Treat her! But I have to humble myself sometimes. I have to humble myself sometimes. Hey, Lynell. I have to humble. Y'all just don't know. We can't use no matter what happens. I can't pop a pill. I can't take a drink. I can't, no matter what. So I got to deal with these feelings. That's why I had to come to believe that a power could help me. You know, we go through things and people think, you know, that we clean, right? And people think that since we clean, that our feelings died. They came alive. My feelings came more alive than ever. Because when I was using, you know, I was a dead woman walking. I didn't give a doggone about nothing, nobody, anybody. Self-centered. Wearing all these different masks, and every day I'm trying to figure out what mask do I need to put on today to deal with covering up what I'm really going through. But see, when you get clean, they tell you no matter what happens, Renee, no matter what happens, you just can't use what I gotta go bury my mother. You mean I gotta go bury the first love of my life, and I'm going through all these feelings, and I gotta get on the phone call, which is called my safe line, you know, and talk to somebody weeping and crying, but they tell me I can't use no matter what. They didn't tell me when I got clean my mama was gonna die. They didn't tell me when I got clean my son was gonna come from California to die here with me. They didn't tell me that. They couldn't give me a prescription what to take for the pain that I was going through. But yet you tell me I can't use no matter what. So what I gotta do? I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta call my sponsor. I gotta go to a meeting. I gotta have some people to come to my house because I know I became to believe, but right now I'm clean and I'm struggling. I'm struggling, y'all. I never thought my mama would die on me. I never thought I would be burying my son. He was supposed to bury me. But it got to the point to where, you know, I had to call some sisters. Three decades. And the urge still came up for me to use. Why? I'm in pain. I can't control this. This feeling that I'm going through. And then it says we can't. That's why I had to come to God. I mean, I was in terrible shape, clean. I'm dealing with some feelings that I don't even know how to respond to. Man, pain get great enough. I was in pain. I was scared. I said, God, come on in. Something wrong. I'm scared. I'm losing it. I can't talk to mama no more. I talk to my mama 3 and 4 times a day, every day. Can't talk to mama no more. Can't have a conversation with my son in his presence no more. Now I'm harboring some harboring some feelings. Okay, God, what's going on? You took me to the point of where I was, and you saw me through that. Now you bringing me through this, and I'm clean. They tell me I can't use. This pain is so great. But I had to go back to believe in a power greater than myself gonna take me through that. But I'm telling you, I couldn't get to that thought right then. I was feeling all the feels that I never felt before. If you ain't never lost a mama, how can you tell somebody you felt that? You know, I ain't never lost my mama was my biggest fan, my biggest hero, and we was a close-knit family. It's only 3 of us, and she was my friend. She was my doctor. She was my lawyer. She was my teacher. She was my mother. She was everything to me. And I get clean. I'm clean. And she gone. Man, I don't wish this pain on nobody. Because I wish I had my mother here today. I said, Mama, if heaven had a phone call, could nobody else reach you because the line would stay busy. But I had to believe in a power greater than me. Greater than ourselves. And that's what it's going to come a point to in your life. If you don't stop now, the pain going to get greater. If you keep using, the pain going to get greater. If you don't get you some help, you will die. You're not exempt. You will die. I see my sister Selena is on here, Evangelist Selena Green. You will die. When you get to a point that you know that you're doing things wrong, and that you know you ain't supposed to be using, that you know you over a toilet vomiting every day, and saying, God, if you just help me help myself, I won't use again. As soon as we get one more. I ain't talking about y'all, I'm talking about me. One more. Man, you know, when it says come to believe, see, I couldn't stop. I had to believe something. I had to believe that the man I used to pray to all the time, a praying addict like me. I was praying when I was using. Call me a fool, call whatever you want to, but I was praying to God, asking God to please help me. God, please help me come down somewhere. I'm a hard-headed kid. Please come down and help me. But you know what I love about the God of my understanding? He never went without hearing me. But I had to play the part to get the help. I had to want to go in treatment. I had to want to get the help. I couldn't do it all by myself. This program, you can't, this program, you got to do footwork. You got to do footwork and change. And anybody that know if you want to change only come when a person know how to change it. And see, I changed come to believe that a power greater than me can restore. Okay, yeah, all corrupted, all messed up. Yeah, come on, God, restore this brain of mine. Because this brain of mine is telling me that, I can still sneak and use, and I can still lie, and I can still get high. I can still do the things I want to do and still not call myself an addict. That's a lie. That's the lie it tells. And it had got so bad for me till I would get in my bed and crawl like in a fetal position. I'm tired of hurting me. I'm tired, but I keep telling myself, God, I'm tired, but why I ain't trying to do nothing about it? Why am I not trying to find a solution to a problem when it comes to addiction? And I couldn't take it no more. God, I'm open. I'm surrendering. I have come to believe that you is what I need. That power, that greater power within ourselves. It tells you it's bigger than us. The power is bigger than us. But we got to find a way to understand it. Stop it. It's being too loud. We got to find the part to get to the point to where we understand what we reading. It says we. I love that unity. That's how I feel when I go to a meeting. That's how I feel. You know, I can walk into me sometime and I be just as lost. Clean. But being clean this time is something different because I don't hide it. They can say, Renee, what's wrong? I can tell something wrong with you. I can't hide it because you are my friends. You all going to give me a solution before I leave this meeting. I'm going through, y'all. I don't mind telling nobody I'm going through. I ain't perfect. I ain't never. Only time I pretended to be perfect when I was on them drugs. I ain't perfect. I have to find my way and search my way even when I'm clean. The only difference is I can't pick up. I can't take nothing. I can't take a drink. I can't take nothing. I gotta keep being humble. I got to keep a balance in my life. You know, and then my eating habits, you know, I lost that almost 300 pounds. And, you know, I did lose 300 pounds. And I'm 217 now. But sometimes, you know, when the pain get great enough and you being clean, you know, I started saying, why is my eating habits trying to pick up again? Because it ain't happening. It's trying to, but it ain't happening. And so every day we have to search and figure out where we at. We have to understand that our body is something that God loves. And when we put in it that something don't belong, there's pain behind that. You know, the greatest gift I gave me was standing up telling somebody how I am Renee, and I am a recovering addict. And people used to look at me like I was crazy. But you don't know my story. You don't know how God helped me. You don't know how he intervened and spared my life from shooting me in my head. You don't know how God came in my life when I wanted to take all these pills and the God of my understanding had to wake my mother up in Mississippi at 5 o'clock in the morning because I'm trying to kill myself. That's just how low I got. That's just how low I got. Wanted to end it all. Self-centered, selfishness. Didn't think about nobody else. Didn't think about my 3 kids up there. I just want to call it quit because I didn't want to do the footwork. I didn't want to understand. I didn't want to get to know the 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous program. I wanted just to do everything on my own, fix, manage, and control. And that's been my problem all my life, fix, manage, and control. Think I got grips on everything. Think we can fix everything. But I had to learn the hard way. Some things that's too big for me, I don't even want it. I learned how to say, God, that's your job. Hey, that's your job. That's too big for me. I don't want that. That's too big for me. I say that right now. That's too big for me. Because see, the God that I know, the God of my understanding, gonna fix it. We just don't know when. But he gonna fix it. He gonna make some things happen. He gonna show up and show out. See, that's the kind of God we serve. God, you've been good. I had to move out the way. I had to come to believe that something was more powerful than me. You know what? I knew it was powerful. Because when I was almost fit to die, or died, and he said, Renee, baby, I want you to live. I got something I want you to do. You got a purpose. And I'm like, oh, I can't find the purpose. I can't stop using. You ain't tried. You ain't went through resources. I told you everything you ask God for, he'll give it to you. But might not be on your time. It can be today. It can be tomorrow. But see, when I ain't feeling something, I got to move out the way. I ain't feeling it. See, one thing about step 2 You got to believe that a power greater than ourselves can restore you to some good thinking, because our thinking been messed up. That's what it said, restore us to sanity. Now, why I had to figure out, now, why did they use that word sanity? Because I was insane up under the drugs of an addiction. Lie after lie. Hey. So when I see that restore to sanity, okay, so he want to restore this old corrupted brain that I was dealing with the disease of an addiction. Hey, Latrice, good to see you, baby. I had to. Oh, you want to fix this? Oh, God, you got a whole lot to fix. Hey, cause this mind been corrupted, messed up, tore up to the floor up, and I couldn't sleep. And oh, God, you got a lot of work on me. You got a lot of work on me. If you finna restore me to some sanity, because the drugs had me living just for the day to get another hit just for today. But do you know all the stuff I created in that brain of mine when I was doing that? When them drugs was in my body and the drugs told me to go do this, the drugs told me to go do that. You know, hey, God, you got a whole lot of work to do with this one. And he told me, I created you, I had you, and I'm going to help you fix yourself. I said, God, you can't do that. I'm gone. I done burnt bridges. I done lost all my true friends. God, I ain't did this. I ain't paid my light bill. You know, I smoked up all my money, and God had to tell me, be still and know that I am the God of your understanding. I am that power greater than you. And I had to listen. I had to get some understanding of the disease. How do it work? Now I said, well, God, if you're going to restore us to sanity, well, they tell me I can't drink no more. They tell me that I can't use no more. So what I'm going to do when I hit something that I can't control or understand? What you going to do now? And the question I was asking, I got to go bury my mother. I didn't even want to go. Let me tell you something. There was some feelings that I had never ever felt in my whole life. Clean. Can't take a pill, can't drink. Got to go bury my mama. Now I'm burying my son. Now I'm burying my old man. Now I'm burying my godfather. And it was one after another, 2 or 3 years. All the 5 people that I knew that truly had me covered, had my back, that truly loved me, they all gone. They all gone. What you gonna do now, Renee? With a 12-step program. Hey, Renee, what you gonna do? Can't use? Well, what if you take a drink? You in Mississippi, ain't nobody gonna know. Oh, Renee, what you gonna do? You can't use, you burying your son today. Renee, what you gonna do? Then I turn around and bury my old man. Then I bury my, hey, okay, God, what's really going on? The power greater than myself. Tell me some stuff. Tell me what did I do to deserve this? What did I do? I've been faithful. I haven't used. Hey, Ralph, good to see you. I ain't used. So why you doing this to me? I mean, you really breaking me down. You breaking me because I can't use no matter what. They said no matter what. That's the cure for me. Long as I don't use, long as I don't pick up, I figure it out. Well, there's too much to figure it out. Now I'm angry. I gotta bury my mama. I gotta bury my son. You done took my old man away from me. You done took the peoples I know that love me, that genuine love me, and now you done removed them out of your life. You done removed them, God. So I had to go back. I had to always remember to believe that a power greater than ourselves can restore. And it just don't mean with drugs. It just don't mean with behaviors. It just don't mean with attitude. It just don't mean with patience. It's a whole lot of restoring that he had to do to bring me back to sanity. He had to take me through some changes. He allowed, now check what I said, he allowed Satan to test me. He allowed that. He said, because I know Renee she finding her purpose. Let's see what she gonna do. See, y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about how God will get ghetto with you when you get ghetto with God. And people say, oh, you can't question the God of your understanding. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I have. And yes, I will. Okay, God, why you do that to me? Why you take my mama? Why you take my son? Why you take everybody that love me? God, why can't I get it together? I'm clean. I ain't took no drink. It's 3 decades. I mean, why? Or, come on, God. Tell me some things. I've been clean. I've been faithful. I go to meetings. I don't put nothing else in my body. I don't drink no matter what. I don't do nothing. God, all I do is do what I do and keep myself above water. So, God, what's really going on? He had to get butt naked truthful. You had your mother for 72 years. Some people didn't have them at all. Some people didn't, once they got clean and they lost their mom or they never met their mom. Oh, he had to shoot it to me. He had to start restoring some more stuff. You see, don't think because you get clean, everything has been restored right away. We still have some dirty thinking and some thinking in our head. And he had to say, okay, Renee, oh, yeah, I know you hurting, baby. See, I love God because, see, I can talk to the God of my understanding just like I can talk to him like I can't talk to nobody else. He ain't gonna hurt me for something I say wrong because I came to believe in a power greater than ourselves. So I can talk to him about anything. And when I came to him upset. Because I want to know why. How am I going to go and do this and bury my mother and then turn around and bury my son without no alcohol or drugs? Come on now. Come on. Y'all better tell me something because you told me. If I lost everybody in my family, I can't use. If I go to the doctor and he tells me something that I want to hear, like cancer, I lost a kidney, and I can't use. Oh, what's going on? I came to believe that a power greater than ourselves, myself, could restore us to sanity. But right now I feel like the sanity trying to come back, God. Because, you worked on me. I know you worked on me because, you made me loving and caring. You made me trust people. You made me stop nurturing everybody. You did a whole lot of work up here, God. But why do it feel like I'm going back to the insane me? Why do it feel that way? And I'm clean. I supposed to not feel nothing. I supposed to just be hurt. Okay, God, I'm telling you, this is how I talk to God. God, come on. Now, you're going to have to show me what you're really working with. You're going to have to show me why. Why? I know I can't use, but what am I supposed to do? God, how am I going to handle driving down to Mississippi and 1,000 miles away and 3 carloads and we finna say goodbye? Oh. Maybe I can go to the doctor and ask him to give me some nerves. medicine or something. I need something. I'm trying to figure it out, okay? Renee, you letting Satan get in. You letting him creep in. It says, we come to believe that a power greater than ourselves can restore. So once he worked on this brain, he restored it. For a long time. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. For a long time. He restored it. But soon as we get clean, I don't care if you got 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, something gonna catch you. Something gonna hit you to question you. It don't mean you gotta do it now. Satan thought he had me. He thought he had me real bad when I was going to bury my mama because I was totally lost. I didn't know how lost a person can be, clean, no using no drugs, no alcohol, how lost you can be in hurt and pain. And I was there. Come to believe that a power greater than ourselves can, and ourselves could restore. He did it. Because this old raggedy brain, this corrupted brain, when I was using, and in the world of defeat in the wilderness, walking the alleys, sitting in the garages, sleeping in the garages, waking up to a man and figuring out that we ain't got no drawers on, neither one of us, so we did something. I can't remember that. That's that insanity, that insane stuff. Go to any limit. Any limit to get one more. So now it says restore. He did a lot to, it says he could. Just that word is good enough for me. It says could restore us to sanity. That was a powerful word, that could. That means to me, it's going to happen. Because he worked on me. Oh my God, he worked on me. Because I didn't want to give up the drugs. I didn't want to give up the lifestyle. I didn't want to give up the drinking. I didn't want to give up the partying. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to keep breaking me over and over again. I wanted to keep on doing the insane things that kept me sick. Kept me sick. And then, ooh, Lord, I done been talking. We come to believe that a power greater than ourselves can restore to some sanity. Thank God you worked on me. Thank God you figured it out and helped me figure it out that I don't want that lifestyle no more. You helped me. I identify with you dealing with me. I understand your purpose for wanting me to have a purpose. And I found my purpose. And I ain't going to lose it ever again because I ain't never going back to drugs and alcohol. I don't care what nobody else do. I don't care who having a party. I know my limits. I know what I can't do. I know where I must stay. I know, but honey, one thing I do know, I don't hold stuff in no more. That kept me sick. That kept me sick. Oh, let me say this before we get ready to go off. Me and my kids, we went to see the Michael Jackson movie last night. That movie was excellent. I thought I was watching Michael Jackson. Made me cry. Because now I can see why the addiction came up on Michael. Through hurt, pain, miserable. Seemed like not loved. But I tell y'all what, I fight for my addiction. Because you can't come nowhere near me using. You can't come in my circle. My circle is for people who don't use. My circle is for positivity. But don't think you can just walk over. That ain't happening. When he restored us to sanity, he did us a favor. He got all that corruption out. and put some love and understanding and compassion and patience and boundaries in our mind. I'm so grateful for my NA peoples. You got AA is for alcoholism. You got CA for cocaine anonymous. And you got NA for all of it. And I got a lot of friends in NA. I got a lot of people that I know that respects me and love me because I respects me. I thank God for the years that I've been clean. I thank God for the years that you've been clean. Let me tell you what else I'm thanking Him for. I'm thanking Him because somebody is going through some things, is still struggling with pills, still struggling with alcohol, still struggling with drugs. But once you start loving yourself and nurturing yourself, you're going to do the right thing. Because if you don't, you're going to die in it. Hey, Cynthia, good to see you. Hey, Michelle, good to see you too, baby. You're going to die in it. I had to run for my life. To fix me. Fix me, oh God. I'm broken. So when you telling me you going to restore us to sanity, that means you did us a favor. We was tired of living insane. We was tired of all them thoughts and them ugly nights and seeing stuff. I mean, I was tired. The brain was corrupted. Until I found the God of my understanding that came into my life and gave me hope. He restored something in me that I lost a long time ago. He gave me hope. He gave me some joy. He gave me some faith. He gave me some intelligence to know who I am and know my worth and know that I don't have to hit bottom due to drugs and alcohol. If I'm a hit bottom, it won't be to the disease of an addiction. But He ain't going to allow us to hit bottom. He'll allow us to go through some things. We're going to go through some things. Things ain't going to be perfect. We're going to get hurt from love. We're going to get hurt from denial. We're going to get hurt from peoples looking at man. But God is everything. I thank y'all. I love y'all. Next week we'll be on step 3. And you know, I tell y'all every time I hit a different step, I go through different changes. I tell you different things. It says step 3, we made a decision to turn our lives and our will. Turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him, not as you understood Him. It says as we understood Him. I love this step. I say that about every step because I've endured all the steps. But this one, we made a decision. That means we come to a point now we making decision. Ain't no buts, ands about it. To turn our will, my selfishness, my ego, all that, we turning our will over to the lives. Turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. And that's something personal between you and God. And because everybody deal with God on a whole different level, got a whole different conversation. Mine's get ghetto. I get ghetto with God. And you know, God laughs at me sometimes because I get ghetto with Him. But you know what? He give me my answer. I don't care how ghetto I get with Him. He my man. He my friend. He my mother. He my father. So I can talk to Him the way I want to talk to Him, long as I respect the man, the God of my understanding. So step 3 will be on next week, Tuesday at 2 o'clock. I am your Renee Williams, recovering addict, 3 decades. I'm loving every bit of it. I come too far to turn around. I think I told y'all last night these people came and talked to me about speaking at a school and to these kind of rich kids. They didn't say it, but they said well off. I couldn't sleep last night. And I was thinking about how they said, well, it's just, we need to know what you're going to say and be mindful because these kids that you're talking to are well-off kids. I got to tell y'all this before I get off. I'm like, what? Excuse me, did I miss something? Well-off? Well, what I'm saying, I see that let you know I never know who listening to me. Because they say they've been listening to me for 6 months. So now they pick me and they want me to go. But when this person said these kids are well off, kind of well off, and we need to know how you going to relate to them and I'm like, hold on. If you watch me 6 months, then you know how I'm going to relate. I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it real. A lot of us is well off too. Until the drug of addiction hit. So what they was telling me, be mindful how you talk to the rich kids. I told her, I said, you need to get somebody else there. Because if you trying to control how the way I talk, I ain't got no control once I get up under the understanding of God and he come out and he tell me what to say or do. So now I think y'all got to think about this. No, we really want you, but we just wanted to let you know. I said, let me tell you something before I close. I said, most of us that went to using was well off. We had a house, car, money, food, we had things. We still was working. We was going to school. Addiction don't care who it hit. That's why y'all getting me to talk to them. It pissed me off. What you mean, well off, rich? They ain't exempt. I had to tell that lady, man, they ain't exempt. What makes you think they're exempt because they rich? Dope don't care who it hit. Alcohol don't care who it hit. Get an understanding. If you've been listening to me for 6 months, then you know I'm going to keep it real. Because they rich, I don't care. They ain't exempt. They got to hit it just like we do. They got to get a 12-step of Narcotics Anonymous. They got to have a program. They got to get a sponsor. They got to get some service work. They got to go to some meetings. They got to do everything. Hey. That lady tripped me out. That's why I was late getting on. I had to get ugly a little bit. Especially when she said, well, can you just be mindful? Nope. Get somebody else. Because now you're trying to dictate how you want me to talk. If you watch me for 6 months, you know how I talk. I laugh. I joke. I get ugly. I get serious. I cry. I'm human. So if you want to get somebody else, get somebody else. I'm not going to change for nobody. You know why? Because when the dope was in me, I changed for everybody. And I'm not going to dictate and let you tell me how to speak. Either you want me or you don't. Do you know how many times I go speak? Do you understand how many times people's call me to come speak? People think I don't tell everybody because it ain't everybody's business. But I had to tell y'all what happened on Friday. They well off. That pissed me off. I said, let me tell you something before I say anything else. Drugs don't discriminate. Don't discriminate. I've seen lawyers, I've seen doctors, I've seen the best, I've seen the worst. Drugs don't discriminate. Think about it. That lady looked at me like I was crazy. I said, now please, can y'all leave? Because I go on live at 8 o'clock. And it was 8:05 or 8:10 before I could come on. It really pissed me off. I had to put on this face where, you ever had to do that? Breathe. Woo! Thank God for sanity. Thank God for sanity. Can't keep hiding from drugs and alcohol. I don't care how rich you is. And you ain't exempt because you got more money. Then that means you're going to get a dope man more money. You're going to get a dope man more money. That don't mean he get to skip you because you're rich. I was rich in spirit and rich in money. And drugs ate it up. Took my joy, spirit away, attitude, and kept me broke. So, drugs don't have a certain person it hit. It hit home for everybody. It's not a particular person. It kind of insulted me. And they might be listening. They might change their mind. Okay, fine with me. Because I'm going to sock it to them. I'm going to tell them just what God tells me to say and how I know I work the program. Straight up. I ain't going to lose no sleep if you don't want me to talk to the rich boys or the rich girl. I ain't going to lose a day of sleep. I know who I am. And it took me a long time to figure who that was. And nobody will ever tell me again how to talk, how to live, how to be, and what to do. You can suggest, and I can take suggestions. But I didn't go through what I went through to get clean for you to tell me it's a certain way I gotta talk when it comes to white kids, rich kids. It hurt my feelings, but I had to humble myself. I love y'all. I just had to tell you that because y'all probably would feel the same way. Thank God. Thank y'all so very much. I have enjoyed this hour with you all. If I have helped somebody, if it ain't for one person, and I know I have, I always do. Because everybody, thousands and millions of people are struggling. But even when we get clean, we still have little struggles because we can't use. We can't use no matter what happened. I had to have surgery. I couldn't use. As a matter of fact, I told that doctor, hey, I'm going to say this before I go. I told the doctor, he took my kidney out. And I told the doctor, I said, I told the doctor, he took my kidney out. So all of a sudden I kept hearing my heartbeats. And heartbeats got louder and louder. And here come all these doctors in the room. And my mama, she was up here and all. And they was like, the doctor come in and said, Renee, you got to hit that button. I said, yeah, but I'm a recovering addict. And I can't take all that pain medicine. He told me, I don't give a damn what you are. You just lost a big part of your body. We just took a kidney out of you. You better hit that button. But see, that was just how I was dedicated to the pain. I didn't want no pain medicine. He said, Renee, this ain't the time to play that game. You had a major organ just taken out of you. Now pop that thing. And he reached over there and popped it. But thank God for recovery. I love each and every last one of y'all. If ain't nobody told you that they love you, ain't nobody said be good and be nice to kind to somebody today, do that. Do that. Love. You can love a person but don't like what they doing or don't like them, but you can love them, but you just don't like their behaviors and their situations. Thank God. Love you. Bless the newcomers, whoever's struggling. Whoever going through, you one step away to getting some help. But you have to ask for it. You have to want it. You have to surrender. You have to make better choices. Healthiest choice. You have to make healthy choices. Y'all have a good weekend. Stay safe. Love you. Enjoy, y'all. Get a couple laugh with y'all. Good night, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening.